Hello teachers, thank you for joining me today as we explore creating text-dependent questions. The instructional elements for text-dependent questions. Number one, we need to provide regular practice for our students with complex text and academic language. Number two, reading, writing, and speaking should be grounded in evidence from text, both literary and instructional. And then finally, we want our students to build knowledge through content-rich nonfiction. Let's start by thinking about what text-dependent questions are not. So text-dependent questions are not just questions. They shouldn't be those lower level thinking DOK1 questions that just check for basic comprehension or recall. While there is a time and a place for those sorts of questions to check comprehension, those are not necessarily going to qualify as our text-dependent questions. So if that's not a text-dependent question, what exactly is a text-dependent question? Text-dependent questions should require evidence from the text to answer. They must involve analysis, synthesis, or evaluation, but can also check for that understanding of information presented in the text. Your text-dependent questions should focus on words, sentence, or paragraph structure, as well as larger ideas, themes, or events. We need to keep our focus on those ideas that are more challenging in the text. They can include writing or discussion questions, and they should lead to a deeper understanding of the central idea of the text. Three main types of text-dependent questions to consider. Thinking about themes and central ideas, so we want to assess the student's understanding of the major points in the text. We also can have text-dependent questions that are aimed to focus on more abstract words and those that are part of a semantic word family. Finally, syntax and structure. So syntax can predict student performance just as much as vocabulary does. When we're creating our text-dependent questions, there are steps to consider. Step one, we want to start with the standard itself. So the scaffolding documents from MDE can be a very helpful tool in this, just to be sure that we understand where our students should be when they are presenting their knowledge within that standard. Step two, we want to target vocabulary and text structure in our text-dependent questions. Also, we want to create a coherent sequence of text-dependent questions, so adding in some scaffolding to help the students reach those higher level thought processes to show their deeper understanding of the text. And then finally, we want to go back and assess the students' knowledge by thinking about the way they responded to our questions. I hope this overview helped as you go back and consider text-dependent questions. If you have any questions or need any additional support, please be sure to reach out to me. My name is Trina Bruneau, and I am the ELA Curriculum Specialist for Gulfport School District. The information presented today can be found in the instructional guides on MDE's website, and they lead us to Achieve the Core for additional guidance. Thank you for your time.